Okay, I need to fix something here for just a moment. If you all can hear me and see me, give me just a second here. All right.
Hi everybody, it's me. Kim should be coming on. There you go.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Oh, okay. Lightning bolt. I'm not sure what the lightning bolt. Okay, so yes to what? Can you hear me? So I'm getting a lot of yeses, but is that seeing me or hearing me? Okay, so I'm going to ask again. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay. And I think I'm doing a screen share with you, so I'm not sure. Okay, you can hear me. Can you see me? Or can you see my screen, my DG screen? I've got the line through it. No, I can hear you now. Okay. Thanks, Andrea. I appreciate that. See and hear. Perfect. Okay, that's wonderful. All right. Well, I want to start out by saying, let me see if I can switch this back to me then. Maybe my camera won't come through. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so I have to tell you, I'm really excited about tonight's chat. I do apologize for the delay that we've had with the technical difficulties. I had my internet wouldn't come up today, but I wanted to share with you some very exciting things that I have worked on for quite some time. And if any of you have worked with me, you know that this is a big time passion for me. And that has to do with what you think. Hold on, I need to just get adjusted here. There we go. What you think as far as being able to really achieve the things that you've set out to achieve. And that has to do with, of course, goal setting. So you think what you want, you write it down on paper, you read it every day, and it will actually come to pass. It will actually happen. And the first time I heard that concept, I kind of thought, really? I can just think something and that will happen to me. I couldn't quite believe that that was actually the case. And after some time of actually putting it into practice and thinking about it and really implementing that thought, I started to realize that it was true. It was absolutely true. And I want to share with you, this actually comes from somebody that is a motivational speaker, and he says that people have known this since the beginning of time. We have known that if you think of something, you write it down, and you read it every single day, that it will come to pass. He said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, right? Everybody agree with that, I hope? So that being said, he also said that this is really an amazing piece of being a human being. He said no other animals on the planet have this ability to be able to do this. And he said we have the ability to create the future in our minds before it becomes a reality. He says once it's in our mind and we can truly see it, then it will exist in our future. And so he said this is really incredible. But the sad thing is that the whole world, most people squander this idea. They don't harness the power from within themselves. They don't create their future. They don't give some thought to what it is that they want out of life. And he said you can conceive anything that you want. Anything that you want to change in your life, if you can conceive it, you can do it. And he said a large part of this is basically the story that we play out in our own minds and the way we think of ourselves. And he said, but this can also change too. So if you don't see yourself as a successful person, if you can't visualize yourself being successful in real estate, he said that can change because you have the ability to do that. So he says a lot of people have a hard time seeing that from themselves, and he says that now is the time to start doing this and taking steps to go to your goals. He said by doing that, the first thing you need to do is start by setting some goals. And so he says it's time to start changing the story that you have within. And what you think is possible for you is. So, for example, he says, I'm here to tell you that if nobody has told you in your lifetime that you can achieve your goals, then he said, I'm here to tell you. So guess what, people? I'm here to tell you that you can achieve what you've set out to do and what to be able to achieve in your own lives. And so you can do anything. I'm going to repeat that. You can do anything. You can do anything if you can believe it, and if you will write it down. You can achieve anything that you decide to do. If you decide to do it, write it down, believe it, and it will happen. And one of the thoughts that I have about that is actually Dean. Think about Dean for a minute here, and do you think that in the period of him starting to getting into investing, at any point do you think that he did not believe that he was going to have success? And on the flip side, do you think that he did believe it? And I'm going to stop for just a minute. I'm going to jump back over to the chat, and I'm going to take a look at what everybody's having to say about the chat about that. All right, so I can see the screen. I cannot see you. Okay, that was a minute ago with Cheryl. Shows you typing. See the line. Okay, so I've stopped sharing the screen right now, so you guys still should be able to see me, but I'm looking at where you're typing right now. So go back to the live chat where you can type. And what the question I have for you is, do you think Dean believed that he could achieve the things that he has achieved at this point? All right, well, Kelly, all right, so we've got some people having some technical difficulties here. All right, so if you are having technical difficulties, that is a good suggestion, is to switch your browsers. Chrome is probably the best one for this because Chrome is actually by Google, and this is a Google Hangout. So that's it. Okay, great. The secret deal. It's all about the secret. If you think it, then it will become a reality. Perfect. Now, I actually have a thought about that. I think that maybe he did believe that he could achieve, but I don't believe he believed at 100%. At 100%. What do you guys think? Do you think that that's something that he believed without a doubt that he was going to be able to achieve? Yeah, probably not always. Okay. Yep, I agree with Frank. So I think that sometimes we doubt ourselves. We doubt what our abilities are, what we can achieve, and so that was one of the thoughts that I have. But my main thing is I think that he believed 85% of the time, and then the other time he really could say, yeah, 90% of the time I know this is going to happen. Oh, okay, hold on, my light may be too bright. Oh, I guess I only have one setting. Is that a little better? As far as it not being too, yeah, Think and Grow Rich, yep. Yeah, actually I've got several books that I read constantly. Greatest Salesman in the World. Uh-oh, there went my light. I think you guys can see me okay anyway. And then the other one that I have is The Greatest Secret in the World. Both of these books are by Og Mandino. You can see they're very worn because I read them all the time. So, and I will quote out of those. Matter of fact, I may need the light. So hold on a minute. I'm going to adjust so that I can have some light here. Can you guys see me okay? Oh, okay. I like what somebody just wrote. Perhaps not in the beginning, but decided to change his mindset. Good. Probably had some doubt. Yep. He pushed through it. Oh, I love that one. Thank you, Jennifer. Yep. Over time, absolutely. Great comments, you guys, because this is true. It's one of those things that it does take some time and some belief to really start to get that in the beginning. And so this writer goes on to say that when you write it down, know what your objective is, read it every day, and then it will start to become your reality. Every day starts in your mind. Every day you have to start with the thought and then go to the action, and that is what makes it come to pass. So it doesn't matter if we don't know how we're going to get there. We may not know what deals we're going to run across. We may not know what people we're going to work with. We may not know how these are going to become a reality. But if you state your goals, state your objections, your objection, he says reality is nothing more than what you believe it to be in your mind. It is what you perceive it to be. So if you want to create a new reality for yourself, you're going to need to do what I'm talking about right here. Write down statements that will take you to a level that will allow you to start to believe that you can achieve it. And I absolutely love the fact that he makes a very important message here, is that as you start to visualize it in your mind, it will start to become a reality in your life. And Og Mandino, and this is one of the things that I really like about Og Mandino, is he says that as you do create those things in your mind, and as you start to believe it, your subconscious mind will start to create the actions and help you to be creative, to think through the things that you need to do to be able to make it become a reality. So let me rephrase that in a different way. If you truly believe in your heart and you've got a goal and you've written it down and you start to believe what you're reading, you're going to start to take the action. Yes, that's part of it. You're going to have to take the action, but your subconscious mind will help you to figure out how to do it. So say, for instance, you come across a deal and you're not really sure how it's going to pan out. If you continue to say, yes, it's going to pan out, it's going to work, your mind will help you create that. Now, this is really hard to do, especially if you are getting frustrated that things aren't working out. If you are getting negative thoughts, thinking, oh my gosh, this is never going to work out, this isn't what they said it is, guess what? You're right. But if you say that I'm going to find a way to overcome this, and I'm going to find the right person to connect to make sure that I can get this deal done, then you're right. It's just like that saying, if you think you can, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. Because it's the same thing. It's just that mindset. So as we move forward with this, I want to share with you some of the sheets that I share when I do life coaching, and hopefully I can get this to where you guys can see it pretty good. But this is what Dean has put together, and he has put together some worksheets, and they're in different categories. So we want to have balance in our life. Let me see if I can even that up. You want to have balance in your life. You want to be able to make sure things are, well, it's just like Dean says. He says you can't just do financial goals. You can't just do one thing and find success in your life, because what will happen is, as you do your goals, say in just the financial end, and you don't take care of your family, you don't take care of yourself, you're going to have health issues. You're going to have to be dealing with maybe going to the doctor instead of enjoying your freedom. So he thinks balance is really important, and I do too. And so this sheet that I'm showing you right here is on a financial side of things. Now, this is just the first one I'm going to share with you. So let me get up there and even this out. Let me back up here. So this section right here is for your goals. And that will help you as far as being able to show a picture. We're going to fill that out here in just a minute. And then this other side of it is, what are your daily action items? What do you need to do to make that happen? So I want you guys to critique me for a minute. If I put in pay off debt, July 2016, is that being specific as to what I need to do? What about own 3 properties? Is that being specific as far as what I need to do on a daily action to achieve my financial goal? So as I do that, I want to come back over to the chat and hear what you guys have to say. Okay, so I like what you guys are saying. That's great. Yeah, got to get rid of doubts. Never give up. You got to push through it. I like that comment that was made a little while ago. Persistent and determination. It takes time. It takes effort. Yep, you need to take a few minutes every day to write down your goals, both long-term, short-term. Read them twice daily. Love it. But I've done it along with other things. The results were amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Kelly. Okay, so what do you guys think that I could do specifically? You know, if I wanted to pay off debt, and this is a financial goal, what can I do knowing that I have a vehicle in front of me? You know, Dean has put together this program for us to be able to be successful. So what would I need to do on a daily basis in order to make that a reality? So Frank says those are end results. So very good. So I've written what I want to have happen, but that's not what I'm going to have to do on a daily basis. So what are some ideas that you guys have? What do you do on a daily basis to reach your financial goals? Be specific. Okay, good. So what might something be that I should have written to be specific? Maybe look at properties every day. How about that? Yep, thank you, Jennifer. Absolutely, never give up. You never give up. So good. Okay, yeah, they need to be in the SMART format, detailed to the T. Yep, absolutely. So a SMART goal for this, for my financial goal to pay off my debt, would be that I need to be putting in probably an offer a day. That might be 1 offer a day. Okay. And in order to do one offer a day, I'm going to have to look at properties, aren't I? So I might need to set aside an hour to look at properties, run numbers, and then be able to submit that offer. Does that sound good? Have deadlines. Perfect. Have a daily plan. Break it down. Very good. Now, I want you guys to think about the other side of it. So, since these things that I have are what I want to have as my payoff, then the other question then becomes, what might my goal look like? If I want to show that my debt is paid off, I could do a picture over on this side of the screen of the paper that will show me what needs to happen there. So what are some ideas that you guys have as far as being able to visualize and see debt being paid off? Any ideas? Oh, we got somebody with the... Can you guys still hear me? I would think so. You guys are answering my questions. Oh, keep a prize ahead of you. Oh, thank you. That is the bottom line right here that I'm trying to make, is we want to have the reward at the end of the tunnel. So one of the things I want to do real quick is I want to go over to Google. And in Google, I'm going to go into their images, and I'm going to put in no debt and see what I get as far as ideas. Okay, perfect. So let me take this. And I'm going to bring it, oh no, you guys can see that. So let me go to screen share. Okay, so here's some things that I could crop to put in my picture. Paid in full, I like that. Debt-free zone. So I could put a picture of one of those things on my sheet that would represent that I don't want to be in debt, okay? So I want you guys to do that. I want you to go, whatever your goals are, I want you to start to visualize the end result of those. So this is one way of doing it, being able to get out of debt and find a picture that will represent that, okay? So that's one thing that I want you to be able to do, is to be able to start to visualize that. Let me share another one with you. Okay, here's another one. This one is my social goal. So the social goal that I have here is to visit my children, and I do this with each of them. I spend about 10 minutes with them, except for my twins who are 3. I get down and I play with them for about 15 minutes every day, and then of course I'm doing other things for them as well. Another one is I have a date night with my husband on a weekly basis. I've also put some goals for my real estate goals. Go to an RE Club meeting, and then also to build my investors contacts list, my cash buyers list. So here's a few goals that I've written for that. So that's my social. So let's stop there for a minute. What might be some things that I could do as far as being able to show some social goals, as far as being able to have, let's see, I'm trying to get my screen back up here, back into Google. What could I do? Any ideas that you guys have to be able to show that social goal? Let me come back over and take a look. Okay, so, oh good, somebody else has a goal to get out of debt this year. That's great. Okay, perfect. Say I can. That's perfect. We're glad to have you back. Well, Thomas, go ahead, the mute. Stay focused on the things to do daily that will get you closer. Perfect, Daniel. That's exactly what this sheet is actually about, is being able to have those weekly outline. As you notice when I put this up here, these are your daily goals. These are the things that are going to get you closer to the end result. So I'm really writing I wrote the rewards, or some of the action items I need to take to get closer to that. Does that make sense? Okay, visualizing closing deals. Okay, I like that. So that's a good one too. A picture of my family is actually one that I've thought of too, because as you're working to get closer to your family, that's part of my social goal. The other part of it is to be able to get deals done and meet other investors. So maybe a picture like this. Let me show you another one that would kind of fit a couple of ideas here. So let me come back over here and let me share this one with you. So as you can see, this one has, groups of people. I like this one because you're networking with other people. Here's a good one too because you're in a group setting. So, I mean, lots of good ones. I could take any of these and be able to put those on a board and represent, what it is that I'm looking for there. Okay, so any other comments on that? Let me come back over to you on your chat. Oh, here you are. Sorry. All right, any other thoughts? Let's see, weekly progress report. Okay, good. Let's see, we already said visualizing closing deals and lots of money in your bank account. Oh, visualize your bank account. I'm glad you brought that up. I used to write on a bank account. I whited it out and put 0. And this wasn't for the bank account. This was for my credit card. And I put 0 because I wanted a 0 balance on the credit card. But the bank account is definitely a good way to do that. Show the bank account having $10,000 sitting in your savings account. And then as you start to visualize it and see that that's coming about, up it, go to 20,000. Here's another one. Visualize the house that you want to buy. So I like that one too. This particular person is maybe interested in doing a bed and breakfast. So that's good as well. So let me come back over. All right, so one task at a time, one day at a time. Perfect. Okay, very good. All right, so here's another one that I have. This one's for spiritual. And the spiritual one is also a pretty good one too, because you can have, say, your Bible, a picture of your Bible. I put that I'm going to read my scriptures for 15 minutes a day, so a good visualization of that would be, my Bible. Maybe I'd like a picture of Christ. That wasn't capitalized, but something that I could put up and hang up that would help me to remember the reason why I'm working towards that spiritual things. Another one that I have is exercise, and I think weightlifting is a great way to go too, because weightlifting is definitely. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, I can't spell right now. Oh. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Oh, not weightlifting, clothes. Weightlifting. There we go. Okay, so I could pick a couple of these. Since I'm a woman, I might want to go with something like this. So, that could be an opportunity to say, yeah, I'd like to build my stomach muscles, or, whatever the case may be. So, for each of you, that can be a little bit different. Here's another one that I have, healthy eating. So healthy food, healthy snacks, healthy food pyramid, there's all kinds of ideas there. So I could put a picture of some healthy eating. So any thoughts on this side of it? Personal videos, okay. What do you do with the pictures from Google? I print them off and hang them up around the house. Absolutely. God is the driving force. Yep, absolutely. A man says a man thinks he is. Perfect. So a good point here is, let me back up just to see everybody. Okay, so she's planning for that one task at a time. Okay, perfect. All right, so you bring up a very valid point in here, and an REI club meeting is where you go to meet investors. There should be one in your area. But my point is that with these different things that we're looking at and that we're doing, this is an opportunity to be able to see where you want to go and what you need to do on a daily basis. And the pictures are the ones that will allow you to start to see, and when you look at the pictures, you go, oh yes, I am looking at that because I want to lose weight, or I want to gain muscle. Whatever the reason is behind doing your goals, the visualization is to help you to really visualize being there and seeing yourself being that way. A matter of fact, I have a funny picture on a dream board that I have that has to do with I found a picture of somebody that's very toned, and I cut off their head and put my picture there, and that's what I have on my dream board. So the last one is emotional. So, and I put on my emotional thing is that I need to be able to have some time for myself. So I put daily action, read a book, read a good book, watch a favorite show, and call a friend. So does anybody have any ideas or thoughts on pictures that we could put for the emotional? Any feedback on that? I'm thinking I actually had a client that said that for her, peace was going on hikes. So going on a hike, peaceful serenity pictures, beach. Beach is the one that I really like. I like to see the beach sunset, something like that. Something like this brings serenity to my mind, you know, and that brings that peace and emotional. You know, I can take care of myself, so therefore I can take care of other people. So this might be different for each of you. Do y'all have any thoughts on this as well? Yes, you can make a slideshow. Absolutely. A matter of fact, there are sites out there. Let's just go into Google real quick, and let's do a quick search for dream boards. There's actual virtual dream boards. There's one right there. Virtual dream boards. A matter of fact, some of these that are out here, you can actually put on your phone, and they can be a slideshow on your phone. And so that's kind of a cool thing. So I want to encourage y'all to go check these sites out and start looking at what your dream board would look like. And I want to point out that I read a thing about how a dream board should look and how many pictures, and they actually said the magic number is 9, and that whatever your center is, whatever your reason for doing this, should be in the middle of the picture. So a lot of you had mentioned that you like the pictures of Jesus and you like that center section. I would suggest that your center section should be Jesus, and then around it should be the other things that you want to achieve in life, what you want to go for. And so so that is one thing that I want you to put out there. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to take it to another level, and this is an activity that I have shared with several of the people that have gone through the life coaching program that Dean has here on DG Insider Elite. And so let me change this back over to y'all so that, oh wait, let me look at what you guys are saying real quick. Hold on. Got too many tabs up. Okay. Okay, so here's a good one, anxiety. So having a part of your dream board be something that will help you relax as you look at it, feel happy, good. Prize the degree. Oh, perfect. You know, seeing yourself graduate could be something that you could put on there. Yeah, definitely be creative with this. You know, this is your opportunity to think outside of the box. I want to share with you another thought that I have here as well. So let me see if I can get this to come back over to me. Are you guys seeing me? I'm thinking I'm having issues there. Oh, there we go. I think it's loading up now. Oh, I don't know. I click on camera, click off camera. Oh, well. All right, doesn't matter. Let me just come back over where I can see y'all talking too. So, yes, you can download apps for your phone. Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so a couple of thoughts for you is on dreaming. And this is a personal experience that I have had. I have done several businesses over the years. I was in Amway for 10 years. I have been able to try several different types of businesses, and at some point of doing several businesses, it does come to a point where it will not. What's the word? I just started to lose hope and belief that I could be successful in any of those businesses. And so at a certain point, when you start to put your hands on a vehicle that can get you to achieve your goals and dreams, then sometimes in the back of our mind we're kind of reserved. We don't want to step outside of our comfort zone to do it. And so I want to encourage all of you, if you're feeling that reserve, I want you to start to imagine yourself not having any obstacles, not worrying about money, not worrying about life situations, health situations, anything that you might be dealing with. And I want you to put that all to the side and start to think about what you can have if none of those obstacles were in the way. So I want you to dream, and I want you to open up your heart and to start allowing things to come to your heart of things that you truly want. And I understand that this is hard for a lot of people, because it was for me. I had gotten to the point where I didn't want to think about hobbies and fun things that I can do. I had my go to work, come home, take care of the family, go to bed, then do it all over again. I honestly was in a rut. And so being able to get outside of that and say, you know what, I do have a vehicle to achieve my goals and dreams. And now I need to start putting myself in a position where I can start to visualize having those things. And so the first thing that you have to do is let go. Let go of any past experiences. Realize those are in the past. Tomorrow is a new day. This is the future. You have the vehicle at your fingertips to do it. And so what do you want to see have happen? And I have to tell you that at first, this visualization wasn't easy for me. I would lay in bed, and this is what I would like y'all to try to do. In the morning, when you're starting to get up and the alarm clock goes off and you hit the snooze button and you're kind of awake, but you're kind of in that dream state, I want you to start to think about what your perfect day would look like. And honestly, at the beginning, I would say, okay, I'd like to have breakfast with my whole family, and I don't want to wake up at the crack of dawn. I don't like getting up super early. I'm not a morning person. And so that was my first thing. Now, I have to tell you, at first, I could only go to a certain part in my day, and then once I got to that part in the day, I was pretty much done. But as I continue to do this exercise each and every day, I'm starting to realize that not only can I go through a full day of what my perfect day would be like, I've been able to start to see some things in my vision to change. For example, in the beginning, I was in a bed that had no frame, which is what I had at one time. I pictured, being in the house that I had at the time. And as I started to really get into this visualization, I started to see myself with a 4-poster bed, a hardwood floor with a nice carpet underneath the bed, a full-length mirror like I've always wanted to have. And I started to see things that I wanted, a big bathroom with a walk-in closet, and as I started to visualize those things, it became more believable to me. And actually, now I do have some of those things. I have a jetted tub, and I have a walk-in closet in my bathroom. And so now that I get to a certain level, I want you guys to also remember that this isn't the end. Once you start to achieve these goals and dreams, put it out there. What do you want to achieve now? What's the next thing? And I do actually have some ideas for our home that I would like to do, and it's in the works for me to be able to see that coming forward. But my point is that visualization can only happen if you open your mind, and visualization will only take you to where you will allow it to be. So you remember that quote I read at the very beginning where the gentleman said that the saddest thing in the world has to do with people not wanting to reach outside of their own regular thoughts and start to think about what they really want their life to be, what things they'd like different in their life. I want you guys to be able to really understand that you have at your fingertips a vehicle that is going to take you there. This real estate is an opportunity to create some income in your life that maybe you haven't been able to see before. I would love for you to not have to think about money. Think about that for a moment, not to have to think about money. To me, that is extremely powerful because, you know, right now, if I go to the grocery store, I got to think, well, how much do I have in my budget? If we're going to take a family vacation, well, what can we afford? Where can we go? But to be able to go and do whatever we want and not even have to think about money, that's incredible. And that really is my ultimate goal. And I believe in order for that to happen for me, I have to have enough. I've got to help enough other people to get to where they want to be as well. And so my goal, a personal goal that I have, is to help create millionaires. And so that is, to me, is a way for me to give back, and I believe that the universe will turn around and give it back to me. So I'll be able to be in a financial state where I will not have to think about money. So that being said, I do want to leave you with a few references. One is to go to the Dream It. Let's see, let me jump back over to the email that I had there. So here we go. Here's a couple references. DreamItAlive.com, Dreamboard.com, Visionboard.me. Let's see, let's go down to, nope, that should do it. So those are a couple of references for you for that way. If anybody would like a copy of these vision sheets, I'd be happy to email them to you. Just put your email on there and be able to be in a place where you can print them off, and then I want you guys to hang them up. Fill out the sheets kind of like what I showed you here, where you're putting out what your daily task is going to be and put a picture in on this side to represent what you want to do. And the reason why I didn't fill mine out is I wanted to show y'all how easy it is to just go to Google, search for a certain phrase under the Google images, and be able to print anything that you want to print and be able to put it up around your house. The food pyramid that I had for my physical goal is on my fridge. The weight goal is actually on my bathroom mirror. So when I see it, you can go in there and you can you know, think of, oh yes, I'm going to exercise today because I want to be fit, I want to be firm, I want to have muscle. So that is an absolutely powerful message that I have for y'all today. And I have to tell you, I'm really glad that we switched to the Google Hangouts, even though I did have some technical difficulty. It wasn't because of the Google Hangouts, it was because of my own computer. But this is an opportunity for me to actually visually show you what you can achieve in this business and how to actually go and achieve those goals. So I just want to thank you for your time and your patience, especially at the beginning of the call not being able to move forward. But just send me your email if you guys want these goal sheets. I will be more than happy to send them your way. But one last thing that I'd like you to do is, besides filling these out, is especially down at the bottom where you've got some extra room here, you're not going to fill this many out, but write your reason why. Why do you have that goal? Why do you want to achieve that? And just keep in mind that your goals have a purpose behind them, and that's your why. So thank you so much for your time tonight. You guys have been wonderful. I'll watch on the chat for a little bit and get your emails and send anybody the email that would like a copy of these worksheets. Thanks so much.